welcome to your Sunday Spice and Sunday Tonic conversation with the Love Crusader. If you are a regular, always joining us, welcome back. If you have never seen this show before, it is a platform where we have conversations about love, about life, and relationships. And we try to have these conversations, however deep and serious they are, in a fun way. So, welcome to the fun platform where we talk about love. Everything about this platform is love. You can find us on YouTube at Men Fences TV, on Facebook at Men Fences, and on my personal profile on LinkedIn as Oko Joseph Comfort or Bio J. And yes, you are in for a treat today. One of the power couples of Abuja here. You can see the picture in that background. I can't help but mention it. They look like who? Who is that senator? And okay, anyways. I have on the show today OC and Omoyeme. This very, very sweet. Not the first time. They are not first timers here. In fact, they are one of our regulars. Very sweet couple. They will be joining us today to deal with a topic that I also like very much. So you are in for a treat. Invite your friends, share the link, and let's get everyone on board to a wonderful show. OC and Oweyemi are joining us all the way from Abuja, Nigeria this evening. Welcome, sweethearts. Sweetness.
Good evening. Good to see
Sweetness,
you.
sweetness. Did you hear that voice? Chai. And I always like the fact that the surname behind that name is Obayo J. Okay, I will not say more than that. I won't say more than that, so that some people like Titina will now not get jealous. There's nothing they can do. They cannot go and change the surname again. They've already entered Iswaje. So, but anyways, welcome my co-hosts, Sister
Hi, Mama.
Titilayo of True Love
Hey,
Expression is
people.
also in the house. If
This
you
your
missed last
background
week's
is
show, go back and
peppering my
watch it.
eyes.
Titi was here last week on the Love Sick with her husband. If you missed it, go back and watch it. That was a bomb episode. Yeah, last Sunday. Welcome back. Now you know why she's so thick. You saw the man behind
Ah.
her. Okay, let's not go back to that topic. At the point, I was even jealous. Okay.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
we're coming soon.
Welcome, Sister Titi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mama.
All right. Let's try to do some bits of foundation for this story that we're about to talk about. Love and jealousy. Can they actually be separated?
Or can they actually coexist?
Can they coexist? So I'll give you why I believe they may coexist or they may not coexist. Well, I don't want to preempt anybody's thought, but God, our creator, say he is a jealous God. Say he's jealous over us. Abi. And many people they'll say if you love someone, you will have some level of jealousy. You understand? About that person, especially if, for example, there's another person trying to come in the middle of you and that's your love. You understand what I'm trying to say now? Then you have to come out, your jealousy will come out to show that you really love this person. So let's start from there. Do love really go with jealousy? Are they brothers and sisters? Do they coexist? Is it real? Osia no Moyeme, yeah, please go on.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you for having us once more. It's been a long time, small.
Welcome.
Yeah. Oh, so love and jealousy. Can they be separated? I don't think so. Firstly, we must understand there's this symbiotic relationship between love and jealousy. There's a thin line between both of them, and you need to be in love to experience a bit of, especially when it comes to relationship and marriage and all of that. So I don't think it is impossible to separate both of them. It is not possible to separate both of them if one is a reflection of the other somehow, though. One shows that, say for example, I am my wife right now, and if I can't experience a little bit of jealousy when it comes to some little things, then it means I do not love my wife dearly, because that little spark of jealousy is what shows that, oh, okay, she has my attention, I have her attention, and all of that. So it's impossible to really separate both of them.
Hmm. Okay. Oh. Auntie, do you concur? Do you disagree? Let me hear your own tone. What do you think?
When it comes to love and jealousy, um, I think I would start with reference from the Bible. And then there's a part in the Bible, I think in Exodus, that said, God said he's jealous. And so, if we are the offsprings of God, we are sons and daughters of God. So, we have that attribute in us of being jealous.
Hmm.
And so, that is reflected in our relationships, in marriages, in friendship too, as well. Yes, jealousy in some sense, once it's healthy, it's okay. It means that, okay, I have this person's interest, the person has my interest. And then if it's done in a right way or expressed in a proper way, yes. But as you mentioned, there's a very thin line between a healthy jealousy and the one that becomes antagonistic and then it's all over the place without control and everything. So yes, they let's say they work hand in hand. So if I love someone, there's some aspect of jealousy, but that shouldn't be the defining factor of I love this person, that's why I'm jealous. Because you hear it's because I love you, that's why I do this, or I'm abusive. Because as I said, it's a very thin line, and navigating through that line is what will actually help you to have a balanced relationship or marriage, as the case might be.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Auntie Titi, agree or disagree?
I disagree.
Bam. Damn. Oh yeah.
Don't mind me.
Let's
I'm
go
just
there.
kidding. I think I agree with what they said. I mean, the major issue is not even the jealousy thing. The major issue is the expression of the jealousy. So I think
Uh-huh.
that's the big issue here, because I think we all would agree, or almost every normal human being, because there are some abnormal human beings around, but almost every normal human being will agree that there has to be some elements of jealousy. So it's the way it is expressed that is usually challenged. How should it be expressed? Then how do you recognize the one that is, just like she was saying, the one that is healthy or the one that's unhealthy? So that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if I say I love someone and I'm not jealous, it means I don't love the person. Is that what we are saying now? If I
You're
love
not
someone,
expressing it.
there must be jealousy. There must be jealousy. Jealousy is like the sin of witchcraft.
Okay, I think maybe we should look at it from this point of direction, is that love and jealousy are both emotions,
Ha.
and these emotions are as a result of our inner thoughts. So it means before you get to the point where you're saying you're jealous, you've had some thinking, you've had some thoughts. So you've
Hmm.
come to that point where you have to now reflect those emotions. So if it's what it is the emotion that is causing the jealousy, that's what we should also be looking at as well. So what is
Hmm.
making me jealous? What is making me feel this way? So
Hmm.
love can make you feel fantastic. Your, how do they put it? Butterflies in my stomach and all of that. But jealousy can make you lose some parts of that mind and make you do things that you're not supposed to do. But this thing is that if you find out that you're developing some sort of jealousy, we're talking about relationship and marriages now, not
Of course.
the witchcraft part of jealousy. Is is that this jealousy can also be redirected and into a good purpose. So as couples, as spouses, you're in a relationship, as friends, you have to now talk about these things, about what is causing the root cause per se of what is bringing the jealousy. So if that is not being identified, you will just be walking blindly.
Okay. I like that you're talking and you're saying, yeah, we're talking in the sense of marriage and relationships, but in the general sense, isn't this a and I like that. I like the way you put it, the last statement that you said that both are emotions. Isn't this a natural emotions that comes with all types of relationships? I mean, are parents not jealous over their children? Um, can I not be jealous over my best friend? Maybe, how do I put it? Can I not jealous something? I'm not talking about it in the sense of negative now. Maybe, for example, Sister Titi is more, she has a slim figure more than me. You know, that kind of thing. And maybe I've been looking for this figure 18 since I don't have a big figure 8. Sorry, it's 8 they call it. My own is 18. Her own is 8. I don't know how to remove the 8 so that I can get 8. But I can just have that natural jealousy to say, I jealous Sister
Even
Titi
people
because
say
of
it,
her
I'm
figure 8.
jealous. So
Eh?
people
Yes,
You
say
say
yes.
that
what?
I'm
What is
jealous. People say, I'm jealous. When people
I'm
converse, yeah, I'm
jealous. So
jealous. Yeah.
is that a
That's
good, healthy one? That's what I'm saying. Just in conversation.
yeah.
You just see,
That's
you
what
say,
I was saying.
I jealous.
Maybe we
Yeah.
should
So now,
define what jealousy is.
Yeah,
yeah,
I was just trying
that's
to
the
look
best
it up
Eh,
way.
in
maybe
the
that's what we should
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
I was just trying to look it up in the dictionary, and it talks about fiercely protective of one's rights or possessions. you know so
Hmm.
something you feel belongs to you, or something that you feel you share or you have a part of, you are kind of protective. So I think it's an expression of that um
Ah,
protectiveness.
but
Wait now,
in
it's
the
an
light of
expression of protectiveness. We're not talking about
okay,
overprotectiveness.
Mm-hmm.
We are talking of
okay, okay,
expression of
okay.
protectiveness. So I think
Overprotectiveness. Let me note
we
that
can
one.
all calm down so that people don't misconstrue and say,
But wait, in the light of what you just defined now, then it means that it is not right for me to just sit it here and say I
no,
jealous. Oh,
that's a broad definition because that encompasses property. No, but we're talking in the context of relationship and marriage. So
okay. So
I
it's
also
okay
saw
for me to
some.
see Omoyeme and say I jealous this your glasses because I'm actually jealous of Sister Omoyeme's glasses.
it's even this background picture I'm jealous of. But let's go on. Let's go on.
Okay, so I saw
So,
somewhere it defined jealousy as an emotion people express when something of value is being threatened or potentially wants to be taken away from them.
hmm,
And
bam.
so, as we said it again, it's an emotion. And expressing that emotion is where I think where the problem lies in.
Mhm.
If you can actually communicate and express yourself in a way that doesn't sound destructive, it's not harmful, it's not abusive. Because most times when we hear of jealousy, most times it has reached the stage of not just being an emotion, not so it's something that is now physical. And then with emotions, if you don't have your facts right, most times when it comes to relationship, marriage, and all that, it becomes very destructive because sometimes there are things in your head most times, and then you now start finding expression for them. And then I also understood with most times it might not even be. So that's why communication is actually key when it has to do with jealousy, with love and relationship. Because I was discussing with my husband this evening before the program. I said sometimes if you don't really express what exactly it is you are being jealous about, you might have it misconstrued in your head. So, for instance, my husband loves his job so much, right? And then, why are you closing your eye?
Expose.
And then so let me take it out from him now. And then it might be that this person just loves this particular thing he or she is doing. And if I don't ask questions to say what exactly is it you love about this thing, I might have ideas in my head that, so if he's saying that he's working and he can't talk to me, maybe there's one girl around the corner that is taking up his mind or his. So if I don't express the fact that, okay, what is the root cause of this thing, I feel that it's not that I am jealous, that I feel this is what I'm insecure about this, and then this is the reason why I'm insecure. And it's for that person to explain that, okay, this is really what it is, but because me in my head I could raise up scenarios and everything, which everybody I know does, you get, so I could misconstrue. He said he doesn't. Okay, he calls me the overthinker. I accept. I take it with my full chest. So
Everybody does it. Everybody
thank
does
you,
it.
thank
The
you.
level at which we do it differs. At some point, we are all humans. At some point, we conjure things in our head that most times is not there. Sometimes it's not there. But yeah.
Thank God
Cho,
I have a
cho, cho, cho,
second
cho, 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 cho. Me, I don't do it though.
Oh
I don't do it.
yeah. Mama, we know.
one.
So
Yeah.
I totally like this foundation because it's very, very important when we're saying they both exist. Someone can just pick that up and say, oh, now I have a justification for why I do the things I do. It's not my fault. They have told us on conversation with the Love Crusader that these things is a normal thing. So if I love, I must jealous. They coexist. I must show jealousy in my love. After all, even God is a jealous God, and but it is an emotion. And I like this last sentence. This is where we draw the line with our foundation. It's an emotion that must be checked and properly managed, just like every other emotions and just like every other desires. Because if you are worry potato talk, if you scratch am as you take the scratch you, the thing go bring blood. I talk am well.
We
You
talk
talk
am.
away, that's it.
Apologies to those who don't understand that language. They say if you scratch an itch, because of how the itch feels, you end up, bringing out blood
Losing.
from that skin. Yes, you bruise, it becomes a wound. So emotions are usually like that, not just the emotions of jealousy, just generally. Even this love we're talking about, you have to still do it with sense. And that's why this platform exists. We would have just said, yeah, everybody go and be loving yourself, anyhow you see love, anyhow you understand love. But we still need to do it what in a proper way, because emotions can be, number one, they can be fickle, emotions can be deceptive, emotions can hey, okay, let's leave it there. Let me move on. Before I start speaking some grammar now, some grammar will start coming out now. Anyways. so we've established that it's normal, it's an emotion, so it can be healthy. But how do we let's talk about how we now know that this one is not healthy. This is not a normal one. This is not the normal jealousy. This is not the proper jealousy, or that this emotion is not in check. This person is not putting this emotion in check. How do we know? What are some of the signs? What do we see that will make us now begin to say, okay, this person needs to put this emotion in check? Or even I can just be I need to put this my emotion of jealousy in check. All right, OC, let's go there.
Okay, so
Did you hear
so
me?
far, yeah, no. Firstly, we need to understand that just about everybody and everyone feels jealous and envious once in a while. So it is normal for it to happen. Now, even though this jealousy can be problematic in relationship, in friendship, in marriages, but these emotions can also be redirected for productive, meaningful, and growth and acceptance. So,
Yes.
but how do we now come to identify the signs where this is going to become a problem? First, I think I just wrote down a few. Well, I think the first one is possessiveness or controlling behavior.
Hmm.
Um, you find yourself just you are overly too controlling about a particular thing, about a particular situation, because you feel, I want to know what is happening, what is going on there. My wife made an example of me being liking my job so much, and maybe the attention I'm supposed to give her, I'm giving it to the job. So she would begin to bring in ideas that, oh, there could be something, there could be something going on there, and maybe there isn't, and all of that. But the thing is that it's a two-way thing. One is jealous, but the person that is being jealous is
Network
reacting.
better.
Can you
Can
hear
you hear
us?
me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
I said one person is
Yes,
jealous.
it was breaking, but you're back.
Okay, so
Okay.
one person is jealous, and the other person is, the person is reacting to what the other person is doing. So it's not that you just sit down and just start getting jealous. It's that you're reacting to a an information, a situation from your spouse, from your friend, from your relative, from whoever the person is. And you want to now control that situation. You want to control that problem as it were, that situation as it were. Another thing that I think is a sign as to that could bring jealousy is isolation. And this happens a lot in marriages as well. And you find yourself in a situation where you tend to grow apart a little bit, and you, because one person is realizing that, oh, we are really growing apart, we're not doing the things that we're supposed to do together. One person is isolating from the other. It now begins to bring that aspect of the mind where, what is going on here, what is making you do what you're doing. And I know this other point, Auntie Titi likes it very well, is lack of boundaries. Boundaries in the sense that you don't know how, when to ask what's going on, when to chip in the question, like, we need to talk, what's going on here. But like we did say in our foundation, is that this emotion, jealousy, if it is not controlled, if it is not talked about, if it is not, if there's no communication as to what is going on here, and you that is jealous, you also have to identify that, oh, there's something going on within, in order for you to now be able to talk about it. So those are the few signs that I know, and I'm pretty sure my wife knows one or two that could also be the signs as to when your the whole emotion jealousy is coming in.
Okay.
Okay, I'll pick up from the lack of boundaries that he mentioned. So lack of boundaries involve me going to go and check what is not checking for me, not respecting another person's space.
Huh.
And most times, I think in marriages or relationship, most times we really don't understand where I should start and where I should stop. What should be another person's privacy? What should be, because there's consent. If I should want to go through your phone or maybe do something, I should be able to say, "Oh, give me your phone." Not that I will sneak at night when everybody's human beings are sleeping, and then I'm coming to check who is chatting, who is saying hello, who is saying hi, who is
It's
saying what.
witchcraft. That's what the Bible call it.
Because I just
They,
feel those
they've asked for the phone, they didn't give
are
them.
wasted
That's what.
emotions and wasted time.
But
I
go
don't feel
ahead.
women, I don't feel women of this time should be investing their energies into all those kind of things, because I just feel Pastor T said this in church today. He said, "Seek and you shall find." The thing you're looking for, you
You find
basically
it.
see it. It might be it, it might not be it, and that's why I said our head works magic a lot. And then you join all these scenarios together, and then you create problems. Checking emails, checking messages, unsuspicious. You are calling out. If the person miss your call, two missed call, you are hysterical. Ah, he's cheating on me. He's doing this. You don't allow the person to be expressive of themselves anymore. So they are working. When I have to um fold myself, curve myself into a ball, and then I'm walking on eggshells in my relationship, that's all sign
Mm.
of jealousy. I can't be expressive. I can't do another thing, and maybe I'll feel, he will feel as if, oh no, something is happening. And a number of times, low self-esteem too could also be signs of what's it called, of jealousy too as well. I don't value myself enough. I have not discovered myself, and then I'm finding validation in another person. That can
Mm.
be very disconstructive and everything, because
Say
I
it. I like that point very well.
most of the time I say this casually a number of times to women, is that find out who you are, find out your purpose, find out yourself, instead of some energies you put into what is this person doing, does this person love me, does this person really care about me, and then you invest your energy into that. Find things that give you joy, find things that you can actually build on yourself, improve yourself. Certain amount of times is this, oh, because when there is so much fear of I'm going to lose this person, we end up bringing out tendency and behaviors that pushes this person actually far apart from us. So if I'm saying, oh, I'm finding it that okay, maybe my husband comes late, or I don't get the attention, and then I don't approach it in the right manner, and then I'm nagging, I'm throwing tantrums and all that. This pushes the person apart. So that thing I'm actually being jealous about, or I'm trying to safeguard, I lose it
Mm.
with such kind of behaviors and all that. Fear of abandonment. This person is going to leave me. Your life
Mm.
does not revolve around that.
Hey.
Is it doesn't. It really
Okay.
doesn't, because one way or the other, we are going to leave this other person. That's the true reality of things. That is the true reality of things. And I think maybe when we tell ourselves, consciously tell ourselves that I will die before this person, or this person will die before me, you will know that you will lose this person. So in let's enjoy the moment, because jealousy, when not controlled and everything, makes you lose out from your
Mhm.
relationship. You just keep on moving around in circle. You're resentful towards this person. There's no joy, there's no happiness. Instead of doing that, why don't you find things that can actually bond you together? Some suspicions, some, it's not every message that somebody sends the person that you are, I want to see, I want to know. Get yourself busy with other things. Reduce the hypertension. Hypertension is real. You don't need that kind of stress.
Okay. I'll wait and see whether Statiti has comments before I'll say something now. So yeah, Statiti.
um, I
Mm.
can't even remember what I wanted to comment on. But because we're talking about how do you know that your the supposed, and it's because of lack of another word to use. That's why using jealousy, or using healthy and unhealthy jealousy. So in order to avoid confusion, so most of the things that are usually apparent is the fact that, of course, you're beginning to become resentful.
Okay.
You're beginning to resent this person, probably because of what they're doing or not. So you are being resentful, you are being controlling. So don't go there, go there, don't do that. And the person's like, why are you saying like that? I don't know. I'm just telling you, don't do it. You know, that kind of thing. At that point, you need to start checking yourself. You know, um, don't go to that. This your friend self that you're always hanging out with. Can't you stay at home? Madam, what's the problem? I don't know. Just stay at home. Stay at home. All your mates are at home. So you're becoming controlling, becoming resentful. Your behavior is beginning to become irrational. If it is a healthy jealousy, you will just say it. You say, madam, this one they are looking fine today. Where are we going?
Mhm.
You know? Or you say, Oga, I'm following you to this outing you're going, and it's just easy. The energy is different, you know. So, but when resentment is beginning to come in, controlling behavior, irrational behavior is beginning to set in, then you have to check yourself, you know. So,
You know, one of the thank you so much. Thank you. Fantastic, fantastic. One of the reasons why I choose OC and Omoyeme is because one, they're a young couple that I've seen that are very busy, and everybody is building life. They are building life, the two of them. Omoyeme is building life. OC is building life. You get what I mean? And I'm wondering, I'm thinking, and OC is very, very handsome. He's a very, very handsome young man. Not handsome. And Omoyeme is a blessed, blessed. powerful figure. She cannot enter a room and you will not see her. Your
Nope.
eyes paining you. If Omoyeme stand, you know a human being standing, fully blessed, pretologous bottominus, left, right. And I'm thinking sometimes in my mind, how do these people, grow in their various world and are able to still network back into their relationship in such a way that it is not one is not affecting the other. This is why they are here today. I've exposed it.
Or one is
Let's
not
let's
jealous
talk
of the
about this
other.
topic. Because as much as yes, I agree with all and I like that we have hit the nails on the head. The main problem that comes with jealousy becoming unhealthy is control. Control. Don't go out, don't come in, don't wear this, don't wear that, don't talk like this, don't smile like that. My friend came. In fact, one woman said the husband brought a friend home to visit them, and the friend shook her hands. He shake her hand like this as he enter, say thank you madam. He left. After he left, the husband say, why you go stretch your hand? Why will you shake him? He's a man. Why will you shake him? These are not Muslims that you say maybe it's by their religion they don't used to shake
Ah,
women.
next time she should just hug him. At least that will solve that.
The man will go hug transformer. Can you imagine handshake? Oh, it was a problem that became a problem in their house. Like, why would you shake? Why will you shake him? Ah, he's your friend now. He was being polite. As he stretched his hand, will I not? What did I have done? The woman was confused. So there is that tendency to want to say you can't go out, you cannot be with so and so person, or you cannot be with so person like this.
You can't be shaking people up and down.
Can't be
All
shaking people
right.
up and down. Not to talk of hug. How can you be
Ah.
hugging married woman? You come and carry full chest and hug another man. Imagine a
Or he's
blessed.
allowed to shake another person.
Now he is a man.
He's a
No,
man.
that's where there's a problem. Because if I'm saying you cannot do something, we should have an understanding that both of us should not do it. If not,
My
there's going to
darling,
be
why
conflict.
should we people be saying some things that we should not do? Marriage, does it mean that we are not in a cage, or we've lost a
Reason,
sense of who we are, of reasoning, of
reason.
socializing, or that
Mama,
we can no longer eh?
I wanted to say so quickly say something. The thing is, if me as a man, as a husband, I am enforcing you must not do this, you must not do this. It means I don't think I know my position as a husband, because first we are leaders in the home. It means I have to show by example. And
Rema is coming.
if I
That's all
don't
right.
show by example, she's
Rema
not going
is
to
coming out.
recognize.
Hey, where's my coffee?
She's not going to recognize that
Hey,
something is going on here. So if I don't want her to
writing it
shake
down.
a man, if I don't want her to shake a man, it means I am going to make sure in her presence I am not going to shake a woman.
Not even just in the present. You're not doing it at all.
I'm not even doing it at all. So
What is
it
good for
becomes
the goose is good for the gander.
exactly. So the thing is that we most men do not understand the value that both the husband and the wife bring into the marriage. They've come to that understanding that I am the husband, you are the wife. I'm here, you are here. No, this is the husband, this is the wife. We are operating in different roles, and our roles have value. So the moment we begin to understand that the wife plays their own roles and the husband plays their own roles, we will not be having this conversation about why are you hugging a man and why are you not hugging a woman and all of that. So I just it's a bit too archaic, and unfortunate. It's as a result of our culture. It's as a result of our culture where we're coming from. That's why we have this kind of a conversation. And thankfully, we are into that generation where we can bring this out and say, no, it doesn't stand. We can't continue like that. I'm not
But
going
is
to
it
be.
is it really a culture thing though? I think it cuts across. Even not just for men, not just for men, even for women. Some women can be so jealous,
That's where
just like
possessiveness comes in.
yeah, just like your wife was saying. you have low self-esteem, you don't know who you are. You have unnecessary expectation, you feel the world should revolve around you, you know. So sometimes it happens with women too, and they now begin to behave a certain kind of way, or begin to throw tantrums, or sulk, and these things just gradually have a way of damaging the relationship, chipping it gradually. Before you know it becomes overblown, and
Big problem.
yeah,
And but
becomes a big
okay, you people
problem.
should wait. You people should wait. Those things are some of these actions not kind of justified. Let me explain. Is it not sometimes
Yeah.
some women, or yeah, some women, for example, push their husbands into that kind of jealousy? For example, as a married woman now, why will all the friends around you be men? Why is it only men that you like to greet on social media? It's only men that chat with you. It's only men you greet at work. It's only men that call you. It's only men that buy your market. It's only men that come to your shop and visit you and do business with you.
They're
It's only
just
men that come.
friends.
Please let me finish, sister. It's only men that are ordering your food. In that your market, sister Omoyeme, where are selling that food. Are women not there? Why are women not buying? Then let me move to the
The
other
men
side.
are buying for their
Why is
wives.
it that as a man, it's only women that come to your office? It's only women that you use to phone every time, every time. All your phone is only picture of women.
He's
Okay, what's the name?
talented.
Why? Is it not people that used to make people? Let me ask on behalf of people that used to make people to do these things. Is it not people that used to make people to do these things? Let's be sincere. Tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, people should.
On the judgment day, will I say it's because of my husband that I went to go
Mm.
and chook somebody knife because no, I'm feeling that person is jealous. I feel that person won't take my place. This thing is a personal thing, oh. Well, to some extent, yes, people influence how we react to things. But most times I would say you should be the author and, let me not say the author and finisher of your life. You should be in control of your actions. You should be in control of how you react to things. Yes, most times, yes, we have all those external triggers. But I tell people, I said, you should be able to, at some point, take a step back and think, is this thing I want to do, is this way I want to act, does it sound right? At this point, it might be that might be the answer. Yeah,
Mhm.
because you can't tell me that, okay, but the truth of the matter is that you hear sometimes that, okay, some people say, okay, she's always suspecting I'm cheating on her, and so that's what made me to go and cheat, so that I can justify the
It's
fact
called
that yes,
it's called
when they tell me
reverse psychology. Reverse.
define psychology, because I have to say that thing is in your mind already. You cannot tell me, you can't, there's no, you can't explain that to me. You can't tell me it's because this person say I am going to cheat, that is why I went to go and, the person you went to go and cheat with, is it that yesterday you found the person to cheat with? I don't believe that. That person has been there before. And then, because let me explain it this way. So this person is saying, I'm not comfortable with this person around you. And then most of the time is that this person with this other person have some sort of relationship. And then I have seen it and I'm like, I don't think this is right. And then possibly I have raised that, like, I feel this is not healthy. Or maybe I shouted and say, this person is like, this person is dragging your attention. And
Let me
then
talk
you
to
as
you
the
first. That
husband,
that thing is mostly with men. No, it's women that see it. Men don't used to see it. Continue.
very annoying, very annoying and very painful. But let's move from that. And then instead of you as the spouse to say, okay, let's address it, this is the kind of relationship we have, this is this, what are the things you're not comfortable about, blah 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 blah, you now take this conversation and go and have it with that person.
Hmm.
Do you get? And I tell you, I say devil works in mysterious ways.
Exactly.
As you have had that conversation, you have fueled the other person with ammunition to fight your family, to fight your relationship. Because that person start feeling that, oh, so this thing I'm doing that I'm not even doing like that,
It has effects.
it has effect. You now meet the person that has were in the head, small madness in the head, of people that don't understand what
What's weary, please?
I small madness in the head. And then the person say, okay, no problem, I will show you what it means to actually collect this person from you. when you find very crazy people, some will see that as a way to back out from that relationship. When you meet people that have sense and are respectful of, okay, maybe I have crossed a boundary without even me understanding that, okay, this other person might be viewing it in this manner. Some people would withdraw from that relationship. But you meet some crazy people that will say,
Hmm.
oh, let us just do this thing so that we can satisfy ourselves and say, yes, we have done it. And then if you tell me I'm cheating, no problem, you can talk from here to tomorrow. I really don't care. But as I said, that should not be a yardstick for you to say, okay, because this person has this thing, and then you go and perpetrate that evil that the person is. What have you solved? Nothing. You have just muddled up the whole situation, and zero
I,
over ten.
I think it's important to mention that, like the question you're asking, how come you too, um, you're the it's only men or it's only women that you see and all that. These are the things that triggers healthy jealousy. So I think it's important to state that, because husbandman sees you hanging out with all these guys and you keep saying that they are just your friends and everything, he starts getting jealous. The wife sees you're always talking with these women, you're always laughing with them. Anytime the ladies call you, you say excuse me, the network is, things like that. So it's these things that we're talking about that trigger jealousy. But the defining thing, just as we've talked about earlier, is that when these things that you see begin to make you behave irrationally, when they begin to make you resentful, then you need to check it. So it can move from healthy to unhealthy instantly. That's why we said there was a thin line. So it's still the same signs, it's still the same things you see that triggers healthy jealousy, that triggers unhealthy jealousy. Because you're feeling protective because you have affection for this person. So when you see them hanging out somehow with another person, you're like, what are they saying? you know, and you express that. But no matter what happens, you shouldn't allow someone's misbehavior or behavior push you know, to irrational behavior, or to becoming to becoming resentful. Just like she was saying, we are ultimately responsible for our actions. So just like every other thing, is the way we handle this emotion that is the thing in check here. But I just thought to mention that it's the same things that trigger jealousy, the same things, that make you
Fantastic
say,
point.
yeah.
Fantastic point. And that is why I raised all of those things I raised, because sometimes it will look like, okay, we're not being practical and we're not
Mhm.
being truthful. We're not facing, the thing as it is. I mean, if you have
Because
a
if I see
house,
my husband that is always talking to one girl,
wait,
I will say, uncle,
I
uncle,
was just going
sir,
to give you
excuse
one
sir,
example,
please.
sister.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
I was just going to give you one example. There was a young
Mhm.
couple like that, and this young brother, and all of them in church, and brother thought he was helping a young new believer sister,
To
in the
come
Lord,
up in the Lord.
to come up in faith.
Hallelujah.
And he was always, counseling and talking to this sister.
Yeah.
The close church, brother and sister are always together in the car
Hmm.
park. And the wife is waiting, waiting,
Hmm.
waiting, waiting. After the thing started becoming a point of quarrel, what is it that you and this sister are always doing? I'm canceling her. Oh. I
Hmm.
am. I want to raise one point here. Oh. I'm canceling her. Oh. I'm just trying to help her. Oh. I'm just. Long story short. Long story short. What the man of God, counselor brother, had in mind was different from what sister had in mind.
Bam.
Before you know what was happening, sister started calling his office.
Mm-hmm.
So one day, the
For
wife of the
advice.
man, the wife of the man calls. It's not like now when we have mobile phone, you can identify who is calling and all that. The secretary picks the call, not knowing who it was, say, he's not here, he's not here, he's not here. The woman now say, calm down, what is the problem? Mention the secretary saying, what is the problem? That's when the secretary realized, though, it's the wife. Now say, oh, ma'am, sorry. I thought it's so and so person.
Oh.
She has been disturbing our office with calls. So sister took counseling from church, now
Mm.
carried it to office,
For
calling
more
this man.
advice.
And when she was asked, she said, She too, she don't know what came over her. She just realized that she has not talked to him in one day. She cannot stay.
Wow.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, in the mind of brother, what was brother wanting to do?
Cancel.
Simple counseling, simple helping auntie to do what? To grow in the Lord.
Hmm.
So I'm just trying to say that, these situations are there. Let's not
Yeah.
fool ourselves. There will be reasons that we can even say are justifiable reasons for jealousy. Because I mean, in that situation, that woman was a very, very good woman of God. Maybe if a fight person for church, people yes, say, "Wow, woman, they fight sister for church." Because if it has gotten to the level where the secretary will even be saying she's disturbing our
Hmm.
line, disturbing office line, many people don't know boundaries.
At
One,
all.
Yeah.
me and you don't know what is happening in the mind of people. So you might even think, oh, this is just a friend, like Sister
Yeah.
Titi. Sister Titi is the one that opened my eye to
I'm
this
a
thing.
boundaries girl, man.
Ah,
You gotta know your boundaries, man. Ah, why are
me,
we in
I
this
like,
relationship?
me,
Why
I've
do you
always,
think? Do you know how many men talk to me every day? Ah, we are all just respecting ourselves. So please, oh
fine girl,
yourself,
no
respect
people,
yourself too.
fine
Do you know
girl,
what
no
I? Do you
people.
know how many things I do intentionally to protect the sanctity of my marriage?
That's
Mm.
it.
Please, uncle, oh your side too. Let's all be holding
Yeah.
our
Let's
side so
both hold
that
our sides.
exactly,
So
exactly.
My dad
that
used to mention something. He used to say most times counseling women. So most time if a woman approaches my dad for counseling, and then he first of all, yes, he hears you out oh, and most times he likes it to be in a public place, or if it has to be in an office, the door is always open, because to him that is his normal standard. And
yeah.
once he finish having that conversation with you, he moves you over to my mother and say, my wife, this is her department too, we are both counselors, but I believe that you should, or they have a joint session with this person and my mom is always present there. So there are certain things that we can actually do to balance this whole thing, because when it comes to all this counseling with sister brother, I am very, very skeptical with it. I had one
Mm.
experience in school, in uni, one time there was someone that was allegedly supposed to be dating me, that said he was going to propose, yada yada yada, and plenty gist and all that. And then I noticed that he was very close to somebody. They were exposed in fellowship. And me, because I grew up with pastor and pastor, I already know how most of all this thing works. Because yeah, it's very clear, it's glaring. In case you want to deceive yourself, I can't be deceived. And I'm like,
And it's only that person that is not seeing it. All this
very
pretentious
annoying.
blindness, all of a sudden you can't
I
see it.
think some of them
Ah,
is just pretend. Like this one was actually pretend, because there's really nothing you can tell me about that. And then he said no, he was counseling her on
hmm.
her teenage ministry. She
Life,
likes
wonderful.
teenagers and all that. And then you are shifting pants in one corner. I don't
Hmm.
understand that. I don't understand that. And I heard of another one which I have not verified. And then you were saying, oh, my brother in Christ, my sister in Christ, and all that. And then one person is getting pregnant, and then blah blah blah. So many.
On
Under
top
the
of
guy,
counseling.
on top of the
Wonderful.
counseling, and then
Hmm.
preparing somebody for ministry when you are not so prepared yourself to minister to yourself, and you want to minister to another person. We should not be
Yourself.
able to. Most of the time, especially in Christendom, we deceive ourselves. And yes, most times women actually can sense when something is from a mile away. Women
Okay,
sense that,
so
and men are very
this
oblivious.
brings me to a question I always ask, and I know that Titi has answered this question before, but I need to hear OC and Omoyeme's perspective of it. Is it really impossible for married couples or someone in a relationship to maintain a healthy relationship with an opposite sex? Healthy, innocent relationship. Can, for example, Omoye have a male that is her friend, a guy that is her friend, she's married and that friend is not OC, and that relationship can be innocent? Is it really possible?
OC, please help us
Okay.
answer this question.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Then
much.
I'll answer this question.
Thank you, sir.
Because we have experience in this one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so me myself, I'm very friendly. I don't. Rather, unfortunately, I have more female friends than male friends.
Go set to go. You are the correct person. Answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's rather unfortunate, and I can't help it.
Wow.
Mm.
Yes. So the thing is, balance is what matters here. Balance. Now, if my wife do have male friends, and thankfully, one of our very supporter of the Obioma Foundation, he's our friend from NYC days, very cool guy. So they will talk and discuss about the foundation, how they are going to get it moving forward and all of that. But myself, knowing fully well, because I know at the end of the day, and I want to quickly point out that in all of these things, jealousy, love, and if you are not intentional about what you want, you will get whatever it is that is coming to you. So if you are going to be jealous, it means that you are intentional about being jealous. And so if you do not discuss the root cause of your jealousy with your spouse or with your friends, it is going to lead to that unhealthy jealousy that later turns out to be witchcraft and the rest of them. So it is very possible, very, very possible for you to have um, friends with the opposite sex, whether married or not married, as long as there is boundary and there is balance. This happened, I think, the first year of our marriage or so, and a friend of mine from work, a girl, actually said, "Oh, we should hang out on some stuff like that, or maybe we should go see the movies and all of that." I have not even reacted. I have not even reacted to that request per se. And I think she wanted to use my phone, and she saw the message. Oh, so you're now having friends, you're now going out, you're now hanging out. And I'm like, oh, wait first. It have not reached like that. It have not reached like that. But I took responsibility for allowing that question to come into play in the first place. Because first I was inexperienced. I'm still coming from that bachelorhood where I can have those kind of conversation, and it can, it can, it can slide. But right now, I am responsible for what happens in my marriage. So I cannot put myself in a position where that kind of situation come into play. But it doesn't mean I am not allowed to have friends of the opposite sex. If that is becoming a problem, I will check it, and I also have to tell her, hey, you also have to check it, because like it or not, these people are in our lives, and we must at one point interact, whether business or office or friendship or church or wherever. And the best move is to always put a space, even if the person does not recognize that, oh, what you're doing is invading space. You yourself have to put up a wall by clearly stating that, oh, this I will have to redirect to someone else, or I'll have to tell you point and plain, this cannot work. If we are going to talk, we're going to talk within these hours, and it is going to be in the presence of this person or in the public space where I am held accountable. So we men, we must be held accountable. Women also will have to be held accountable for their decisions and their acts, because it is not, I did say earlier, is that once someone's jealousy is as a reaction of what you have done or what you are doing. So if you do not see it from her perspective, except maybe the person is becoming obsessive and possessive, that's where I'll not say, okay, there's an issue there. But you have to understand and say, this is an issue. And if you do not see it as an issue, it means you yourself have a problem.
You see why I say this thing is not possible. You see, as if marriage does not have its own challenge already. You not go and carry another additional one and be saying you will have so many things to explain, because you find yourself saying all the time, babe, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's not what you see.
It's not what you
And when
think.
not what you think. And when anybody
Darling.
continues to, whether it's a man or a woman, when you continue to hear it's not what you think all the time, what do you think the person will think?
Reassurance is a problem of jealousy. You
So
constantly want to
my
reassure.
my point, I'm not saying we wouldn't have acquaintances, because just like you said, we're living in a world, we don't live in isolation. We live with people. People have built our lives. People have formed part of our experiences, and you can't take that away. So I'm not saying you shouldn't have friendships, or my own thing is how you can have acquaintances. When you start talking about relationship, that means you need to give this thing time. You need to maintain it. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, because as a man, if your wife begins to maintain a relationship with a man, whether it's business or
There's
whatever,
problem. Oh.
so that's my point. Even if it is a business relationship, you need to define some things. So that's why I say you can't have a relationship with, I don't even know what the question is, a single opposite sex. No, 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 no. It's not going to work. We will be jealous, and that's a healthy jealousy. What we will do about that jealousy is another thing altogether. That's the unhealthy part. But I mean, it's going to spark something.
Okay.
You know,
Hey, Jesus.
I believe that like in your line of work or business, for instance, I have a number of things that I do, and a number of times I have like male clients. I had to go to an extent of showing my wedding picture to a client to prove to that person that I was married.
It's so bad. You don't know. You are the only one that knows that you should
And he was
set
like,
boundaries.
show
You
me
should
the
do this.
one that
You don't know what the
pastor
other
is
person
there.
is thinking.
Show me that pastor is there. You can just go and form picture and just be using it. I had to go and show him the one that Bishop was putting hand. And he still did not believe. Oh. So at some point, because it was how do I put it now? I was going to work with the person for a period of time. So most I had to redirect my communication to another person, just so that I don't have to keep on talking and talking and talking, because it becomes really tiring most of the time. So I have to redirect my energy, even though they're still owing me money, which I don't want to claim because I don't want drama. I can't fit for explanation of explanation. I don't have the energy for that. And I had to leave that so that I just wanted that whole business transaction to be over and done with, and then do what I had to do. Your kids go to school, blah blah blah, and then we finish, and then that's the end of the story. Everybody goes their way. Because the truth of the matter is that you're going to interact with the opposite sex in business, in
Definitely.
work, and everything. So one has to be able to understand where the beginning of this relationship starts, when the end of this relationship starts. And they say when shake passes the hand and reach the elbow, it's a different thing. So most times you just have to understand that, okay, set the boundaries from day one. This is this. Sometimes we get over familiarity, and other maybe years of relationship or years of
Sometimes,
knowing.
and we have emotions. Sometimes we get carried away. You don't
True.
know. Your emotions can be tricky. After a while, 4, 5, 6, 10 years in marriage, one guy just comes and start telling you all the right things, yeah, at the right times. That time when you finish quarreling with your husband, that's the time he will call you and say, I just called to check on you to see
Both
that,
of
are you
you.
okay?
Auntie, Auntie Titi, I want to quickly say something is that people do not understand that the first institution the devil will always fight is marriage. And somehow it's the devil knows how to work in mysterious ways. Eh? He knows the timing.
Mhm.
It's just at that moment where you just finish quarreling.
I just thought to just check on
Just
you.
let me greet
I,
you,
I,
and
But
and
somehow
I
you
bought
now
wait,
I just
this,
bought
and
who
just
are
dinner
we?
roll
for
over
you.
and just, oh, you're looking so fine today. What is
Who are we?
Mm.
Who are we?
this
Who
place?
is going to wait? Who
Sorry.
is that down?
That's why
Who
me
is
I
going
said
to
no,
help
no, no,
us?
no, no, no,
Who
no,
is
no.
going to help us to open our eyes to this temptation, like my
Hmm.
sister Blessing Henry has called it, says
Hmm.
temptation. Eh? Because what you are describing is, unless somebody don't want to be truthful, I think everybody have experienced it in their
We
marriage at
experience
one
these things all
point
the
or the other.
time.
It will be as if that person is inside your house or inside your heart.
Mm.
That very moment when you need
It's the
someone,
devil. It's
then
the
that
devil.
phone call will come in. Or that text message will come in. Say, I'm thinking of you. Are you all
Mm.
right?
I don't mean to
You say,
intrude.
oh, somebody's
They
thinking
will
of
just give you lyrics like this.
somebody else.
Ah, my
Mm.
brothers are trying.
Mm.
God have mercy on us.
Amen to
So
that,
the
sister.
truth is, we're not saying, and I think this will help you as a man who always feel like, okay, and she should not go out, she should not dress like this, she should not this, she should not talk to men.
Who right
It's
under
not,
your nose?
doesn't matter who talks to whom, it's who taketh
Yes.
to.
Only follow that way.
So understand it and give yourself peace. We
Mm.
ourselves, let's owe it to ourselves to create the balance and boundaries. I love that. I've picked those two: balance and boundaries with our casual friends and acquaintances. Nobody's an island, and nobody's
We need
expected,
each other.
yeah, to not relate with other people because, oh, I'm married, or because I'm in a relationship. People I used to greet, I will not greet. Like the one sister Omoyeme know now since NYSC. Say don't take his phone call again. Now you're married, a married
I don't
woman.
want.
You will not take his phone call again. No, I mean that's not, that is abuse.
It
That's
means
not
I
love.
don't know who I am.
Yeah, that's not jealous. That's not love. That's not healthy jealousy. Understand that this man will still be able to relate, will still at one point or the other relate with the opposite sex. The woman will also be able to, should be able to relate with the opposite sex, but it now behoves on each of us to respect our marriages, our relationship, to be intentional enough to create the balance and the boundaries in our relationship. Like, we've made it very clear. Yeah, nobody's pretending about the fact that these things happen. It's there. No matter how ugly your wife is, no matter how much you lock her inside the house, no matter how much you control her, maybe na gate man go finally toast her. Somebody must still talk to that woman. No matter how ugly the man is, he no get money, nothing, no fit buy you wrapper, no fit do nothing for you. He's a useless man. In your eye, is useless. Somebody is willing to take him
It's
in and
useful.
even buy him the cloth. Make you no buy me wrapper, make it just dey live for my house. Me go dey buy am
Mhm.
cloth. There are women who are ready to do that. So on both sides, it's just, let's get that into our head that these situations are there. However, like I always say to my husband, what guides me is the fear of God, not for anybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I go out there, and that's why I don't check a man's phone. I don't check your bag. I don't check your pocket. Women be checking for receipts inside the pocket of a man. You be now monitoring him. He went out. He has stayed 20 minutes. He went 10 miles. He should have been 30 minutes. Auntie, attention. You will die before your
You
time.
just die.
I believe that that fear of God that guides me should guide you.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Mm-hmm.
somebody no fear God, not me go fear. Man, I'm just going worry level today. Oh. You,
That's the only way for us to understand because it has to be raw for them to understand it.
do you get what we're saying? If this person has no fear of God, is it, if OC has no fear
See
of
me
God,
now.
is it the fear of Omoyem that will not
I
keep
just
him?
tire. How?
So
That's why
that
people don't.
is the ultimate
That's why people don't understand that marriage is not the cure for fornication and adultery.
at
Is
all.
is
At
that you
all.
must understand self preservation
Discipline,
and understand
self-control.
what God is. Because if you do not know this for yourself, no matter the relationship and friendship you take it into, you will always be that toxic person.
And
That always,
self-sabotage.
yes.
Mm. Okay, well, our time is gone. As usual, when we are having fun, the 1 hour is never enough. And we still have some aspect of this thing that I wanted us to dig in, but ish, what can I do now?
We'll do part two.
Yes, I think we should do part. I think we should do part
And
two.
Mama, in that part too, please help me put it down in the points. We need to talk about shoving off what your partner is saying. Maybe they are
Mm-hmm.
jealous about something and saying, I beg, you're
Mm-hmm.
becoming too jealous, or you don't know what you're saying, or it's not important. So yeah.
Pastor Steve was calling me today, taking your partner for granted.
Yes.
Say it's your ear paining you. This person
So
has been
yes.
complaining and complaining and complaining and talking about the same thing. You don't want to hear, you don't want to change. Because you think the person no get where they go. No worry.
DJ.
Ah,
Just the
They
play.
hey,
Just the
dey.
play.
guys outside though. Babes
E be like
outside though.
film trick.
It gonna be like film trick, true. Thank you so much for your time, people. I really wish I
Thank
had
you,
more
Mama.
time. This is a very, very interesting edition that we've had today. And yes, we're bringing back the part two. I'm going to bring OC and Omoyeme back very, very soon. It will not be too long again. So we can deal with this topic proper. There are areas that we've not dealt with that we will need
Yes.
to trash. If I can squeeze it in next week, I'll make sure we continue next week. So we can really, really deal with the topic if they are available. Yeah, thank you so much everyone for your comments. We've said a lot today. This is a very, very big topic and it's a wide issue. It is one of the the roots that is chopping many, many people and destroying many relationships. Even some who are not expressing it, they are dying inside,
Mm.
wondering. You lie down the bed, you are wondering, where is he now? Who greeted him? Who talked to him? Hey, maybe he passed one woman, he stopped somewhere. Hello, sister, give yourself peace. Hello, brother, give yourself peace. If you don't trust somebody in a relationship, you cannot live with the person. I told a couple today, people who came into my premarital classes today. I said to them, marriage is a leap of faith.
Yep.
It's faith. You enter and trust God that this person say they love me and they will do right by me. Period. But you cannot determine, you cannot control what is going to happen. You cannot say for certain that this is what is going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years. So enter with the mindset that I'm jumping into this thing by faith. And I'm just trusting that, the best is going to come out of it. Anyways, like I've said, thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you, everyone. My husband has been making his own comment. He loves these people. Sometimes Rebecca used to be partial. When you bring his own people, his own people. I love you all. Osi Anomoyeme, thank you so much for
Love
your
you,
time.
Thank you,
Mama.
Mama.
Insights you brought today. My darling Titi. It's so beautiful to do this with you. Thank you so, so much. Okay, thank you, everyone. We will come again next Sunday, 6 p.m. Please, please keep sharing, keep telling others about this platform. You could be helping someone, you could be saving someone's relationship. All we want to do is just ensure that we are all living, the best we can. Like, okay, I'll quote Pastor Steve again today. Long suffering is not in the Bible because of your marriage. It is not
Oh,
meant to be endured, it's meant to be enjoyed. All right. Have a great love filled week, everyone, and see you
Bye.
again
bye.
next week. I love you.
Love you
Bye.
too. Bye.